I miss my mommy. Good morning, everybody. It's Kate. Today, for breakfast, we're gonna have French toast. But this is not yo mama's French toast. This is my mama's French toast. My mom used to make this really delicious recipe for us when we were kids. We went crazy for it, so I want to share this recipe with you. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We have lots of fun here, so you won't regret it. And you'll find this recipe and everything you need to know about it in the show notes. So let's get started. First, we're going to need 2 eggs, some milk, salt, vanilla extract, bread, corn flakes, and butter. Alrighty, let's get started. We need 2 well-beaten eggs. Now we'll add a half a teaspoon of salt and our half cup of milk. If we're using a dairy alternative, you can use regular milk, whatever you'd like. And whisk. Okay, now let's talk about bread. We are going to use this gorgeous loaf of brioche thick sliced bread this morning. I do recommend something thick sliced like Texas toast, brioche, or you could try challah bread. My friend Tasha recommended challah bread for French toast, and I think that sounds awesome. I've never tried it myself, but this could work. We're about to get to the fun part. I'll let you know. All right. So we'll set our dredging mixture aside, and we're going to welcome the corn flakes. This is what sets our French toast recipe apart from all others. So we will pour some corn flakes in this bag. That looks like good. Maybe a little more. I don't want to be short. And we'll just seal up the bag and crunch the corn flakes. And these cornflake crumbs are going to be the crust on our French toast. So we'll put our cornflakes into a shallow pan that we can dip the toast in. And now we dredge. This recipe is special to me because it reminds me of being a kid. My mom would make this French toast on special occasions, and my brother and I would go crazy for it. So I'm excited to share it with you today. So we've got our brioche bread, which we will dip in the egg, milk, vanilla, salt mixture. And now into the cornflakes. And we'll just kind of flip it around, make sure it's nicely coated there. That looks great. And onto our baking sheet here. I love making recipes that remind me of nostalgic good times in my life. It always ends up being kind of like a comfort food, you know? And it feels good to think about my folks. I miss them a lot, all the way over in Michigan. So, hi Mom, thanks for the great recipe. Thanks so much for watching today's episode. I don't take for granted that you know how to make French toast. This is a pretty simple recipe, but this kind of kicks it up a notch and makes it a different thing for breakfast. So I thought you might like to have this hot little tip the next time you have a special occasion. We had this French toast on Christmas morning. Oh, such sweet memories. And the great thing about this recipe is you have your French toast, your cereal, your milk, and your eggs all in one. So this is truly the definition of a balanced breakfast. So I did this recipe with 6 pieces of bread. So of course, if you're going to make for a larger group, you would want to double the dredging recipe and so on. It ended up being about 1.5 cups of cornflakes, but I needed a little more, so let's say 2 cups of cornflakes. Okay, before we throw this in the oven, we need to drizzle with some melted butter. All right, so our melted butter, we'll just drizzle here over each slice as evenly as we can. Oh, I'm not a good drizzler, as you can see. Oh. But this 450 degree oven is certainly gonna help crisp all this up for us. Okay, and then we flip. Oh, this is gonna be a decadent breakfast. We're good to go. I think I'm ready to put it in the oven. Okay, 10 minutes on 450. Ooh, baby. Look at those. That looks so tasty. Look at how golden and delicious this looks. It's gonna be fluffy and soft on the inside because we use brioche, and crunchy and golden brown on the outside with the corn flakes. This is so delicious. It's as crispy as I had hoped. It's got such a nice round flavor with the corn flakes and the butter and that brioche bread. Well, as you can see, this recipe turned out so beautifully. We're gonna have fancy French toast for breakfast. I hope you learned something new to share with your family at the holidays and show them that you're gonna make them some special occasion French toast for breakfast. Thanks so much for joining us today on Winging It in the Kitchen with Kate. Time out.